PHP file is a simple text file with just the extension changed to PHP. What is the purpose and use of this extension? We'll discuss in a moment. You can create a PHP file with any text editor like Notepad, Notepad++, MS Word, Dreamweaver, TextMate, PHP Storm, NetBeans, etc. It's totally up to you. PHP file might literally contain anything. You can put HTML, CSS, jQuery, JavaScript, and of course PHP code in it. Now we are in our index.php file we just created. Let's have a look at PHP syntax. PHP syntax is extremely easy to understand and fairly readable. PHP starts with less than sign question mark PHP. This is the opening tag for PHP. This opening tag works same like the opening tag of HTML. What does HTML opening tag do? This tells the browser the HTML has been started from this point, and the closing HTML tag tells the browser that we have done with HTML. No more HTML on this page. So this PHP opening tag tells the PHP parser, hey, pay attention here. Here is some PHP code coming up. So we'll write all the PHP code after this starting PHP tag. To close or end the PHP coding, we just need to put PHP closing tag. PHP ends with question mark greater than sign. This is PHP closing tag. This tag tells that we have finished writing PHP and PHP parser stops parsing or processing the code beyond this tag. That's why all the code must be enclosed within PHP start and end tags. As you already know, PHP language is a pre-processed language and executes on the server. So we don't get any kind of output for client side until and unless we provide a command to PHP to show or send some output to client side. To display something on client side, we write either echo or print just before the output we want. You can write any of these. Both of these are same in the meaning and do the same action. One thing you should keep in mind that you are not allowed to write anything like you have been writing within HTML. You need to put single or double quotes around strings or sentences you want to write. Let's have an example. Echo single quote start hello world single quote end. You need to start single quotes and then your sentence or text and then closing single quote. So enclose every sentence within quotes. You can use single quotes as well as double quotes. However, these quotes slightly differ and we'll see what the difference is in a coming tutorial. So don't worry about this. Just remember that every sentence or text we write should be enclosed within quotes. At the end of each line, put a semicolon. This semicolon is an indication that this line of command or output has been completed. So every line of PHP code ends with a semicolon. I recommend you to practice this for some time and get used to a PHP syntax. Like try to write PHP opening and closing tag, write echo or print and enclose any text within single or double quotes and close the line with a semicolon. Let's put another line of code. Print this is our first page. Now we have created our index.php file. Here comes the question in mind that how we are going to access this file through servers. Let's do it now. We should not access or open PHP files directly in the browser like you have been doing while working with HTML and CSS files. We'll run our files to local server that is Zen we installed a while ago. PHP is a server-side language that we already know, so to let it process all of the code we have written in our PHP file, we must send files to the client side through server and PHP engine. To do this, first of all, start XAMPP application. Run the utilities of Apache and MySQL. Make sure both are running and have turned green. Sometimes Apache doesn't start due to the conflict of ports. Apache needs to acquire port 80 and sometimes it's occupied by some other application like Skype already. If that's the case, close the other application and then restart XAMPP. Once XAMPP is running, you can start other application too. Now open any of your browsers, write localhost slash your folder name slash file name dot extension in address bar and press enter, and that's it. Now the file has been executing through the server. In our case, just write localhost slash php in 15 days slash index.php. You can see both of the messages here. We wrote in our index.php file, hello world, this is our first page. Now let's try to write something beyond PHP tag. Let's write the same thing here after this closing PHP tag. Hello world. This is our first page. Both have same output. So what's the difference? The text which is written within the PHP tags is executed through PHP engine after being processed. To prove this, let's go to our code and remove this echo from here. Now this text hello world will not show up. Go to the browser and refresh the page, and you can see we don't have hello world text here. Let's view the source code, but it's not in here. The reason is we did not tell PHP engine to output this hello world text to the client side. With this echo word or print word, we issue a command to PHP to display text to the client side. So keep note of the full syntax. To show anything at client side, use echo or print, then write all the text you want to write within single or double quotes, and at each and every command or line where your command has been completed, put a semicolon. I would like to demonstrate you how PHP executes at the backend. You don't need to know this, but if you have some idea of it, you'll get real picture of the process and you'll enjoy while working with PHP. When I was learning PHP, this was always in my mind, that how everything works. Maybe this wit of mine pushed me to tell you the whole process. We'll not go in detail, just a quick glance. Your browser is called the client side. When we write a URL in the address bar and hit enter, the browser sends the request for a web page. Now server needs to respond to this request. As a response, server has to collect and send the requested files to client side. Before sending response to you or client side, server just looks for the extensions of the file, and if it finds a file having extension PHP, it sends the particular file to PHP engine. PHP engine then processes all of the files and gives results back to the server. Server collects these processed files and along with all other requested files sends back to the client side as a response, and that's it. This is the actual reason why PHP is always known as pre-processed server-side language. Now I'm pretty sure that you can understand what we did before and why the PHP files must run through the server and why the text was not being displayed when we removed echo. Variables are the most important parcels of any programming language. Without these, I don't know, but I think programming would have been a real headache. So let's understand what these variables are and how we create them. Variables are containers of some data. Every variable temporarily holds some assigned data. Variable stays till it's used or changed. Variable is like an empty vessel or container. You can assign it any value. For example, you pour water in the container. It becomes the container of water till you empty it or replace the water with some other liquid. Now let's create our first variable. First thing you need to declare a variable is a $sign. Every variable starts with a $sign. Then you can name it any of your choice. Good practice is just name the variable starting with lowercase letters or an underscore. Just stick with these. What is good practice or what bad practice? Don't give your head to them. Just stick with a small letter or an underscore. You cannot use a hyphen within your variable names, but can use integers. Let's name our variable a, and to assign this a value, we just place equal sign and then define the value. Don't forget to put the semicolon at the end of this line, as we have finished declaring variable a. You may have noticed we didn't put quotes around 10 because this is an integer, and we can write an integer or number or any numeric value without quotes. Now what we can do is we can print this value at client side. To show this in our browser, let's just echo it out. Echo $a. Let's check this out in our browser. You can see 10 here. So what happened actually? We assigned 10 to our variable and then echoed out this variable. PHP will echo only the value of the variable, and value can be anything. So we can see 10 as a result. Let's redefine variable $a and this time assign a different value. This is my first variable. So this is the value we are going to assign and echo it out to the browser. We can put any HTML tags within our PHP code, but we need to comply with the syntax of PHP. Let's put beer tag between these outputs. You can see I have used single quotes around this and also echoed it out as we need it in our browser or at client side. Let's go to the browser and check the output, and at this time you can see our text is shown line by line due to the tags we used. Also, two different tags shown for the same variable, as variable stays until it's used or changed. So what's happening here is we assigned value of 10 to the variable a and then assigned a text value to this variable a. Until and unless we didn't change the value of our variable, it stays same. I would like you to practice it on your own. Try to write different things and show them through browser. Create variables with different names, assign different values to variables, and get yourself well used to of it. So this is all for variables and for day 1 as well. We'll see you on day 2. Take care.